Yo, I'm Jeff. Welcome to Mini Garage. I'd like to introduce you to my friend Jamie. He is an old school mini trucker, and we're going to talk some old school stuff. And Eli is back there working on the bed. So I might hear a little snap and crackle here from time to time, but you know, hopefully the audio works out on this and we're able to give you something a little different.
Yeah.
So tell me first, Jamie, what truck you have now, what club you're in, and how long you've had your truck.
I got a 96 Toyota Tacoma Extra Cab, 3.4 liter V6. You won't find a lot of those around. I've owned it for 24 years as of last month with 311,000 miles on it, and it's all original. I maintain it religiously, and I hope it'll last another 24 years. And the last of them, I'm an Untouchable Toys, the last of. Still fly the logo, and still like to go to all the shows.
Yeah, so Untouchable Toys, when I was like 14, 15 years old, back in the late 80s, they were huge. That was like the biggest, baddest club in town, at least here in Portland. And they had these great, big, fancy painted logos and the lowest trucks, and it was a sight to see. And that was one of the things that got me really interested in kind of in the scene at that time. And it's really cool to see you still repping that club, even though you're the last one on that clean ass truck. You know, even 24 years later.
Yeah.
And I know you go to shows because, like, in 2007 when I was down at Rezo, here comes Jamie in his Tacoma, and
yeah.
it's cool. So, do you have anything like cool memories of? And we've been talking for 2 hours already, but anything that's like show related, that stuff you don't see anymore, or stuff that you remember that is super cool you want to talk about?
Well, I don't see a lot of static drop trucks anymore. I do see a lot of trucks that are airbagged, and there's some old schoolers out there like myself, but like I said, I drive my truck 7 days a week. But I admire all the work that's done on the trucks today. I haven't spent a lot of money on my truck except maintaining it, but the guys who do, hey, more power to them. But when you drive it 7 days a week, and if I'm not in Oregon, I'm down in Southern California or all the way up in Washington. But I do support all the shows. Love hanging out with everybody. And as we're all getting older, and I'm probably one of the oldest farts there is, sort of, maybe. Anyways, yeah, I just like hanging out with everybody and representing everybody from Oregon, and so that's a good thing. I have a lot of memories, but I don't have anything specific. Just liking to see a new project that's finished each year at the shows, as well as the guys who have stuff that's been around for a while. And the longer you have something, the more it takes to maintain it, and that's a lot of work. And for you people that don't know how many hours you can spend on maintaining something, try doing it. It's time consuming. But in the long run, people admire that, and they know that, and so that's where that longevity comes in, is the maintenance and stuff. So even if somebody's put $100,000 into their car or truck or whatever, if it's maintained even after 20 or 30 years at the show, and it still looks brand new, that's because they're maintaining it. It's a hobby, and you make the best of it, even if you get older. I mean, that's all I could think of.
Right. So, in your long career of going to shows all over the West Coast and all over, what's the coolest show you've been to?
Oh boy, they're all good. I do enjoy the new 3-day runs in Salem. They're doing a really phenomenal job with that.
That's the relaxed
atmosphere.
Yeah, the Awakening.
The Awakening. That's a show that's growing, and I hope to see it get a lot bigger. Pulling some new people, as well as people from back east, Midwest, all around. That's an awesome show. It takes a lot of time and money to put a show on like that. So you got to have a lot of respect. But being so everybody's doing the same thing, yeah, that's been one of my favorite shows. I enjoy it, and a lot of the other shows I go to that are still climbing the ladder of success. Rituals is coming up, yeah, but they're all good. It's just, and the best part is seeing what's the new products out there, as well as the new customizing on your truck, be it airbags or hydraulics or even a sound system would be nice. And like I said, you still got your old school guys out there that still keep the old school stuff going, because it's relatively inexpensive, and if you do a lot of your work yourself, you're going to appreciate it when you're done. So that's a good thing. I like to see.
All right. So, Relaxed Atmosphere, The Awakening is the go-to show now. What about 25 years ago? What was the show then?
25 years ago. Well, let's put. In '96, Untouchable Toys did their showdown at the Salem Fairgrounds. That was a pretty good sized turnout. That was a good show for me. Not because I'm put the show on and the club put the show on, but for 3-day shows, that was a good show. I can't think of anything else offhand, but they're all good, because it takes a lot of time and money. And I have heard, not to be mean, I've heard people bitch about things like that, but I always tell them, I said, until you've been on the other side of the fence and have actually done a show, put in the time, besides working 40 hours a week, don't complain. They're doing the best they can, and as each year goes by, you try to improve on the show from last year. Find out what your mistakes were and make it better, because you got to have something new every year to bring the crowd in. So for me, that's my kind of cup of tea is. And in the judging too, you want to have good judges. You want to know that people that are judging your vehicle know what they're looking at, knowing that certain tires and rims go with this vehicle, some go with that vehicle. Don't put a 21st century rim on a vehicle that was made back in the 30s or 40s. Not to be mean, but when you're looking for certain things, that's what you look for. And then also the workmanship and how much time you put into it. But it is time consuming, so I always admire everybody who puts on a show, does a good job, and you figure out what works and what don't work, and then you move on from there.
All right. Well, I want to get some video of your truck before I let you get out of here, because I think it's cool, and if everybody else saw it, they'd appreciate it. I hope they appreciate it as much as I do. I mean, static drop trucks that have been around for 24 years, there's not many of them.
No.
And if they have, they're certainly not as clean as yours. So for me, I'm gonna put it on this video. And I appreciate you taking a few minutes to stop by and say hi.
Yeah, enjoy it. Have a good time.
I appreciate all you do for the scene. Whether you are out there supporting shows, and you are going and you're going hard all the time, and I appreciate it for one. I know that you've been to our show that we put on, so that says a lot.
Yes.
It's I appreciate it, and we're gonna take some video of your truck real quick, and hopefully you'll stick around and talk a little more off the camera.
Yeah.
But I appreciate you coming by, and I hope you guys all enjoyed it too.
And hopefully having a good show season next year, because this year went to, I won't say it, but anyways, to keep it nice. So hopefully next year will be an awesome turnout for all the shows.
And I was talking to you a little bit about going with us, maybe taking the cruise down to LST with us. That'd be fun too.
Yeah, that would be awesome. I thought about it this year, even though I didn't get a chance, and I came within a couple of days. But that I would have to keep that in mind. I have a sister that's down in Texas too, so
yeah.
She lives in Arlington, so it's not far.
Not that far, no.
So yeah, I might have to consider that. But and that's a good show. I saw Jeff do a show, a little hosting down there last year, or was that this year?
It was this year.
This year's show. Yeah. So it is pretty entertainment, and Texas is a big state, so you have big shows with
absolutely.
big turnouts, and everybody's got something different going on. having a good time, and it's a family thing.
So if anybody wants to get a hold of you, do you want to give them your Facebook or Instagram or anything like that?
Yeah, if you want to get a hold of me, I'm on Facebook. It's Jamie Guy. I'm on Facebook. You can message me and then click on if you want to be a friend or not. We can chit chat and talk about things and how much time I spent just maintaining it. Like I said, I'm not one of those people. I spend a lot of money on the truck, but I spend a lot of money maintaining it. And so you won't find a lot of 96 Tacomas rolling around with a V6 in this day and age in that shape. It's just come down to a matter of pride, and everybody who's got building something, and you take a lot of pride in it, and you got to have respect. And for me, having respect for a lot of this stuff is important, because what goes around comes around.
Right on. Well, thanks a lot for coming by.
Yes, thanks for stopping by.
And thank you for checking out this episode of Mini Garage. We'll catch you next time.
Cool. Thanks.
Hey, I'm Ron, and that was Mini Garage. Before you take off, don't forget to hit up the website, hammeredweekendwear.com, where we have hats like these, banners like those, stickers, and all the swag you need to support our show. Thanks for tuning in.
Well, have a seat.
If I don't crush the chair.
No, you'll be fine.
I brought one.
We're working on a couch.
Oh, snap.
If you need help up, we'll come get you.
Oh, shit.
That one of those GoPro cameras?
It is.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So it kind of goes out.
It's got a view of everything right now.
Wow.
As far over as there, and over this way a ways.
Cool.